Hello and welcome to our Instagram Live event. My name is Paul Arstoff and I'm the founder of Decentralized Web project. The today's event is decentralization and government surveillance state. Before starting this event, let me tell you a little bit of our project. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. We're building a decentralized communication and advertising platform. Most of the times when marketers, investors, influencers, and people involved into the space are talking about decentralization, they understand that it relates to blockchain technology. I believe as a technology developer, it is not correct. It is wrong to assume that blockchain technology can drive decentralization. But why is that? Blockchain technology has lots of flaws. It has limited number of transactions. The size of transactions is very small. The number of nodes of a blockchain network of nodes is very limited, and the access to achieve decentralization to blockchains is happening through limited number of nodes. It becomes very heavy burden to carry, and etc. But coming back to our project, we're building a decentralization through a direct communication from user to user without going through a server. And like we still have blockchain instance and cryptocurrency token, but they play a support role for our project. Successful project depends on marketing, and we have been posting on multiple social networks. The list of social networks is very, very long. It includes Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Reddit, and Discord. From this very, very long list, we are focusing on Instagram, Twitter, and Telegram. We are aiming to build a community, and you're welcome to come and join our community. Like to find the specific social network and our specific channel, you can go to our website, which is decentralizedweb.org. Decentralized and web, they're words all together. Decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page, you can see the icons of the social networks that we're posting on. You can click on the one or more of these icons of your favorite social networks and then join our channels and our groups. So we're organizing weekly events just like today on Instagram Live. We had an event yesterday on Twitter Space, and these are educational events talking about specific topics regarding cryptocurrency market, Web3, decentralization, blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, communication, ways of communication, and etc. We started having these events about probably 4 months ago, and the topic of our very first event was what is blockchain. It happened only on Twitter Space, but like the following week, we started having events on both Twitter Space and Instagram Live. And the topic of the second event was what is a smart contract. Some topics of the following events were applying astrology to cryptocurrency trading, um, central bank digital currency versus ordinary crypto, confrontation is looming, decentralized finance destined to implode. In the end of 2022, we had 2022 review on crypto. In the beginning of 2023, we had like predictions for crypto in 2023. We had events of current state of artificial intelligence and drive towards artificial general intelligence. And we had an event about big crashes in crypto, Terra Luna, Celsius, and FTX. In addition to this educational events happening on Saturdays on Twitter Spaces and Sundays on Instagram Live, we have weekly events happening on Thursday, and one Thursday of the week we have Ask Me Anything session, which is happening simultaneously on 3 channels. It happens on Telegram in text, it happens in Google Meet in video and audio, and also on Twitter Space in audio only. On all these 3 channels, we have Ask Me Anything session where people are asking questions about the sentiment of the crypto market. It is going up or down. Blockchain technology, Web3s, NFTs, decentralization, and etc. Like I mentioned, one of the Thursdays of the week we have Ask Me Anything session, but the following Thursday of the week we have a demo day event. In the demo days we are doing demonstration of our software, what we achieve so far, and what we have under development. And I like to mention that under development we have something very, very exciting. We are preparing an NFT marketplace, and we're preparing a collection of NFTs which are going to be based on three-dimensional objects which are animated, they're moving, they're interactive. The user can click, move them, and rotate them, and etc. These three-dimensional objects, they have voice, they're speaking. In addition to this, they recognize voice commands, and you as a user and owner of one of these NFTs can tell them move left, move right, move up, down, rotate, come closer, go farther away, and on the top of all these capabilities, these three-dimensional objects, they have a basic artificial intelligence. Wow. So you can ask them, for example, describe something, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then this three-dimensional object is going to tell you a few sentences about a country called Russia. So this is very, very exciting. Come to our demo days and see what did we achieve. And we're going to release this soon. The plan is to release this in the end of this month. But what we have is very complex, very sophisticated. It may take a little bit longer, but we did prepare videos about this, and you can see the actual capabilities in a video. Uh, so enough talking about our project. Let's come back to the topic of today, the topic of the educational event. And the topic is decentralization and government surveillance state. This topic is based on an article that I read in Wired magazine, which was released in the beginning of March. And the article was describing the specific government surveillance in a country in Europe called Denmark. And this country and many other countries in Europe, they have a welfare system which supports people who do not have sufficient money for day-to-day life. Basically, the welfare system helps people pay for food, for rent, and basic living expenses of the person. Denmark specifically is maybe the country in Europe which has the most generous welfare system because looking as a percentage of the gross domestic product of the country, it takes maybe about 1/4 or about 25% of the gross domestic product of this country of Denmark, which is about 6 million residents and citizens, and about 1/4 of the gross domestic product it goes towards welfare payments for their citizens and residents. But starting in 2015, there was a law which was like voted and like allowed by the most of the political parties in Denmark, and initially it went unnoticed. And the law stated that there has to be created an agency, a government agency, which is looking at the abuses, or it is looking at the property, at the propriety of people receiving welfare benefits. It is looking whether the welfare benefits are justified for a specific person, and the welfare benefits are properly paid. So what happened initially in 2015, so as it happens, as a result of changes in the government, a new Minister of Employment was has started filling this role, and this Minister of Employment in Denmark was a member of the Conservative Party in Denmark. And this minister he did order the creation of this agency, which goes over is looking over the benefits of the people, of welfare benefits that welfare recipients are receiving, and analyzing whether these welfare benefits are justified. So to head this agency, there was a person invited from a big accounting firm, and this person initially had access to three databases, um, but like this access to databases was increased, and currently this agency has access to 9 different databases. So what the specific agency is doing is data mining of data from these agencies, and what is looking is specifically it collects information about the age and like the place where the site is placed, then a transport person is going for example whether they have a car or not have, and what kind of car do they have. The agency is looking also to online payments, what is the person did buy for food, and what places did they go. For example, uh, if they went to a restaurant, and what did they eat in this restaurant. So in addition to these measures, like police in Denmark was instructed to go to the airports and do random checks on people leaving Denmark, people who were traveling out of the country, and people who were returning back to the country. So basically, the police was doing random checks and asking whether they're Denmark citizens or residents, and where are they going, and where they're coming from. And then the police was making reports, and these reports became part of the data collection of this agency, which is looking for analyzing the whether welfare benefits are paid in a justified way or not. And so what this agency did is like they essentially they're flagging people which the software, like the program which is analyzing the information collected from databases. So like this software may flag a specific person that they're not receiving properly welfare benefits. So what happened is in 2022, this agency, they did flag about 50,000 people for improperly receiving benefits. But flagging is one thing, and then there is a separate agency which has been in existence for much longer time, and this agency, they're actually going in person and making visits to specific welfare recipients, and they're conducting interviews, and through interviews they actually find whether the benefits are proper or not. And out of this maybe 50,000 people who are flagged, only 1%, or only 8%, or about like 4,000 people were actually receiving benefits improperly. And looking at the total group of people who were receiving welfare benefits, this is a very, very small number, and probably a fraction of percent. The amount of money which the government agency did recover from these people who were found like improperly receiving benefits is in amount of about 24,000 euros. So it comes to about 6,000 euros in average from person, which was recovered from these people who did receive improperly benefits. But looking at the amount, like the average amount recovered and the average number of persons which did improperly claim benefits versus the total number of people, like we can find that the percentage is actually very, very small. But what happened with like flagging this large, relatively large number of 50,000 people, like this created stress for these people, and like this created probably social stigma against these people if their neighbors and their friends, relatives, they found that specific person or specific family, they're under investigation by a government agency for improperly receiving welfare benefits. So this type of government surveillance is not specific to Denmark. It did happen in several other countries in Europe, which they're having their agencies which are doing doing collection of data and analysis of whether the welfare recipients are doing properly, receiving properly benefits. So, like we can add to Denmark, to the country which has this type of agency, we can add UK, Spain, France, Netherlands, and Poland. And like I did mention that like Denmark started this in 2015, but in case of France, they started in 2010, having this type of agency. Most of this agency, they find maybe fraction of percentage of like of the total number of people who are receiving welfare benefits. Only a fraction of 1% are actually found in improperly receiving benefits. But what happens specifically in like if we take the case of Netherlands, there were like 20,000 people who they were found as like improperly receiving benefits, but they were actually found based on incomplete application for welfare benefits. For example, a person who is like filling a specific form to get approved for receiving welfare benefits, they may forget to fill a specific field in form, or they may forget to check or uncheck a specific item, and they may forget on the bottom of the form to sign this form. Like basically most of the people who they were found improperly receiving benefit from these 20,000 people in Netherlands, they were justified in the receiving of this benefit, but they just didn't complete the form which they were supposed to fill to receive welfare benefits. So it became very big issue when this about like being investigated and being flagged, and they found that like they are not the only people who are under investigation, but there are many other people, and so essentially it became a scandal for Netherlands, and it led to resigning of the government in Netherlands because of this big scandal. But like the topic of today, which we're talking, is like government, decentralization and government surveillance state. What decentralization can do to reduce and reduce the government surveillance and let people have their privacy while still be able to apply for government programs like receiving welfare benefits. So if we are going back to the case of Denmark, what happened in Denmark is like the data collected was collected since like of a person. For example, when a person is born, they're given a name, and this person is given a national ID number, and they the day of the birth is recorded in a specific database of the government. So the date of birth and the name and the national ID number, they are already part of the database, a national database. So there is no way to decentralize this because it's like a part of a person living in a technology age, and like where they're identified as a specific national ID number. But in addition to this, information being recorded, this, for example, every person in active age, they have to file tax return, and then with this tax return, like all fields, they could be analyzed by a specific government agency as well. This is also information which is necessary, and it is collected by the revenue agency of a specific country. But like there is additional information, like for example, the phone calls people are making, and which number is the person calling. For example, the phone number of a person is the phone number is provided by a phone company, and phone company is usually a private entity. They're no government entity, but the government can actually request information from the phone company as well. So what a person can do is like not use multiple phone numbers, but maybe do a call through uh, like an internet, do a phone call through internet instead of using their cell phone. And basically they can use an IP address of not their um, own IP address, but they can use a different IP address, which is the actual originator of the specific call. Decentralization makes it difficult, like if you realize with direct communication from person to person, and the difficulty comes to like for example, like if people are having social interactions and they're posting on social networks, then these social networks can get a request from like a government agency for access to their data. And sometimes they can refuse, but most often they comply with the request and they give access to a specific agency to look at the data of a specific person. And like in the case of what happened in Denmark is the government agency which does data mining and collection for purposes of welfare benefits. Like they did request the phone from phone companies. They did request the records of people and which cell phone tower do people connect to. Like they did this for the purpose of finding whether a person is living in a very close proximity or they're living together with another person, and whether these two people they're reporting their welfare benefits as a single person. So a single person in general was receiving bigger benefits compared with family receiving benefits. So this information was collected and analyzed by agency, but in addition to this, the agency was analyzing the social interactions and specifically the pictures, whether like specific person was like together in a picture with another person. And so like this type of government surveillance is going to be more difficult if like the specific person adopts decentralized type of communication and like adopts decentralized use of internet. In decentralization, it becomes exponentially difficult for like a person or an agency to do a data collection. In centralization, it is very easy for a government to go to a specific company, go to a specific website, and then they get like in a single scoop information about like many people, information about everyone. So in decentralization, what the government do is like to analyze one internet packet after another, and then piece these internet packets together and form a specific interaction. For example, if there is a specific call from one person to another, like then a program has to put together all the packets which were sent between one person and the other person. So like they have to look at the IP address of the first person, they collect all the paths coming to this person, and then piece together the specific interaction. For example, an audio call. They have to do the same thing for the second person, and this is what makes it exponentially difficult compared with centralized internet use. In centralized internet use, the collection is very easy because a specific agency is going to a single website. In a decentralized application, on the other hand, it is a person by person and IP packet by IP packet. So we're going to wrap up the event today, but if you have questions or comments, you can type them in the chat section event, and then I can look and reply to your question or comment for today's talk. But as I said, I'm going to wrap up this event. For those of you who came a little later, my name is Paul. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. Come and join our community, and you can find our social networks that are posting on our website, which is decentralizedweb.org. Decentralized and web, they are all together, decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page, you can see the icons of the social networks we are posting on. You can follow us on some of these social networks, or you can come and join a specific group. As I mentioned, we're posting on a very long list of social networks, but we are focusing on Instagram, Twitter, and Telegram. You can join these communities, and you can see the education events that we're organizing, and come to the educational events. I like to mention the next event that we're organizing, and is based on announcement of the former Chief Technology Officer, CEO of Coinbase, which is the biggest crypto exchange in the US. This person, I believe his name is Charlie or something like this. He did announce that he is betting that Bitcoin is going to achieve to reach $1 billion. And the next week we're going to talk about this and whether this is going to happen or not. Is it possible or not? And I can maybe spoil a bit this, but I tell you that this measure of $1 million, it is in stablecoin dollars. It is not in paper dollars. And in addition to this, I believe that it is not possible. But come to our next event, next Saturday and Sunday, and you can see the reasons in detail. But for why I think it's not possible, and why I think other people think this is actually possible. So that's it about the following events. But as mentioned, every Thursday we have either Ask Meeting session or a demo day. The upcoming Thursday we are going to have a demo day, and I'm going to invite you to come and see the demonstration of the upcoming NFT collection and NFT marketplace that we're preparing. And the NFT collection is going to be based on three-dimensional NFT objects, which are animated, they're interactive, they have voice, they recognize voice, they have a basic artificial intelligence. Wow. So as I said, I'm going to wrap up this event. The topic of today was decentralization and government surveillance. But to have a summary of this event, decentralization is happening for a variety of purposes. We did go over in a big detail about surveillance for economic benefits, and specifically surveillance for welfare recipients, whether they're receiving properly their welfare payments and benefits. But surveillance is happening for other purposes as well, and like there's a big agency, the U.S. National Security Agency, which is tasked, as the name says, with the nation taking care of the national security of the United States. But a person called Edward Snowden, he left the agency, and he did release some information telling people about the covert program which is happening with surveillance of the digital interactions of people for national security purposes. So like in democratic countries, mostly this type of surveillance, government surveillance, is happening covertly. But in authoritarian countries like China and Russia, it is probably happening openly. And in China, for example, we are witnessing their social credit system, which is looking at interactions of people, and like they may lower the social credit score of a person because they spoke against the government or against the Communist Party. So what is happening in China is probably also happening in Russia. Probably this like surveillance done by the Federal Security Services of Russia. And it is probably done openly since the times of since the socialist times of the country. So as I said, I'm wrapping up the event, but decentralization, as I said, can help with preventing some of this surveillance, but by using, adopting the right way of using internet and having a decentralized communication directly from person to person without going to a specific website. With this said, I'm going to wrap up this event. Thank you for coming. Once again, my name is Paul Arsov. Come to our upcoming events and join our community. To join our community, go to our website, which is decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page, you can see the icons of the social networks that we're posting on. Thank you for coming to this event. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, and goodbye.